Hello and welcome to Base Plate Reviews. Today we're taking a look at this set, so the LEGO Friends set 42649, Heartlake City Candy Store, 376 pieces, and this goes for $30 US and €30, 25 British pounds and 40 Canadian dollars, which is what I picked it up in. So probably isn't the most exciting of the new January 1st LEGO Friends releases. I think that in terms of the buildings, certainly the Beekeeper's House and Flower Garden looks really great, and also the Heartlake City apartments and stores too. But of course they're at very different price points to this one. This is very much more of a playset. We can see it's more the kind of idea of a store than anything fully complete, but definitely some really useful pieces in here. And you know, I've bought it for my kind of modding potential, potentially using the pieces in a mini modular so I can have a candy store in my city. LEGO Friends has really stepped it up over the past couple of years. I think it's a theme that maybe was a bit tangential. A lot of people wouldn't have thought to even include it in their collections, but sets like the community centre just there and the community kitchen, I mean that's two put together and mocked up a bit, but also the botanical garden, Andrea's modern mansion last year was a massive set, and we had the castle bed and breakfast, which was really good. So even though maybe I'm not as up on this set as some of those from what I've seen so far, still potential. So let's get it open, see what we're working with, and we might be pleasantly surprised this might be a really good one. We are of course getting 3 mini dolls in this one, plus it looks like we're getting a kit and a cat as well. So I'm reckoning probably going to end up with 3 or 4 bags here and maybe just the one booklet for instructions, but let's see what's inside. So we've actually ended up with 5 bags there. We've also got a small sticker sheet, so not too bad at all. There's just 6 stickers there, so that means we should be getting lots and lots of prints, which is obviously what we're always aiming for. In terms of the booklets, we're getting the first booklet, which deals with bags 1, 2 and 3 and does the central module, and then bag 4 does one of the others, bag 5 does one of the others. So definitely lots of potential to build together there. You could easily set a kid up to work on bags 4 and 5 and maybe do bags 1, 2 and 3 yourself. So yeah, I think some good building potential for parents and children. That's what the kind of thing that we like to see. The very last set that we built was the donut truck, so that's actually a 5+ set. This one is a 6+ set. We can see that just below the LEGO logo just there. But that does actually make quite a difference in terms of how the booklets are laid out, even though it's just a year's difference in terms of the suggested age. Of course, in the 5+ set, you do get all of the pick up the pieces, put them in your hands before actually doing the building. But none of that in the Friends set, the 6+ set. It is straight into a more regular build experience. The only kind of interesting thing in terms of the booklet is that at the front we do have the build it your way bit just there, showing that you can use the QR code to be able to build this using instructions on the app, or that you can use the booklet. And of course that's exactly what LEGO should be doing, offering us the choice. I think that people were rightly up in arms when they were surveying whether they could get away with doing away with paper instructions altogether. Anyway, let's get into building this and see what this looks like for real. This is about a 90-second speed build. In terms of how I actually do the time lapses, I set my camera up, it's got a time lapse mode, so this takes an image every half a second. I could set it to a different time, but half a second for the smaller builds, and then it builds a video for me. I don't need to add all of those images together myself. In terms of the build itself, this is pretty much what you'd expect from a Friends build. Lots of the same colours and parts that we've seen in other sets. Nothing too surprising at all, actually. Okay, so there we have our Heartlake City Candy Store, and with the very stereotypically Lego Friends colours. It actually hasn't been quite so much like that recently, certainly with the higher price sets, but definitely lots and lots of pinks in there. There's some interesting things going on, so with the kind of window coverings just there, it's actually using some of the pieces and exactly the same techniques as we can see with the Heartlake City Community Centre just back there. So, you know, some interesting things going on. I really do like these mascots, and what you might be able to see is that the sign at the top of the shop matches up with those mascots perfectly. So we've got the candy bar, the chocolate bar, and its purple wrapper just there, shown just here, and then the sweet or candy and its yellow wrapper shown just to the side there. Not 100% sure what the thing in the middle is supposed to be, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of build which represents that at some point somewhere else as well. The minifigs here, the mini dolls I should say, are actually really good. So we've got Leo and his sister Alba just there, but the one that's really interesting is Gigi just here. I don't think we've seen her before, but when we look at the minifigs a bit more closely, you'll see the hairpiece is absolutely amazing. So yeah, there's some posability with the actual main model itself. So these bits to the side are just kind of hinged, so you can fold it out and show it like that if you want. I think it works much better with them folded backwards, making it look like this is a corner store, corner shop. The other interesting thing on the outside is we have got this bubblegum vending machine just there. If I move the mini doll out of the way, we should get a bit of a better look. And this is actually really, really effective. Even got the kind of winder just there to show it dispensing the bubble gum or candy. It's not actually a working one, but yeah, not bad. In terms of stickers, we have got the open sign just there on the door, and then this is a sticker just here on the rounded tile. Other than that, we're looking at a sticker for the face of the candy just there, and similarly on the candy bar, the chocolate bar just here. Other than that, I think there's a couple more stickers, but nothing major at all. Like I say, there were only 6 stickers total, which was surprising in a set like this. We'll take a look at the inside of the store, and we've got our interior of our candy store. So actually starts off a little bit messy because we've got the back of that brick built sign at the top of the store just there, which doesn't look great, but actually other than that, not too bad. Obviously we've got no studded piece here, which would be easy enough to add in. You'd probably want to change out the curved elements just there, but you could pretty easily mock this and get it so it's got a floor, and you could easily tile that off too. In terms of what's going on, we've actually got a kind of pick and mix selection just here, and you should be able to see these red scoops just up to the side, so they are meant to be taken off and used. We can see by the sticker element here, it's suggesting the scoop should be used to fill the basket just there, full of candy, and should be able to see that in a picture that I've got of one of the mini dolls just here. Yeah, not bad. It would have been nice to have another basket. I think it was a little bit mean having just the one just there. We've got a suggestion of some cake or fudge maybe just there, and we can also see decoration in the window of a kind of lollipop. What we've got in terms of the actual selection of sweets, selection of candy, we've got 6 1x2 tiles just here, so fairly standard chocolate bar just there. We've got this bubble gum, I believe, just there, and then finally we've got what looks to be another kind of candy bar just here, but I'm not 100% sure exactly what it's supposed to be representing. Maybe some kind of granola bar, something like that. Other than that, just in the back boxes there, we've got some translucent pieces to suggest some gummies or something like that. Over to this side, we have got some kind of rock candy shown off by the gem pieces just there in the red, green and blue. And then we've got a weighing station and presumably the till, the cash register as well, where again we've got a card reader suggested by that 1x1 square tile. But other than that, we've actually got what I think is suggestive of an oven and a stovetop. So I'm not quite sure what kind of candy you tend to cook up inside the store, but clearly there's something going on there. And we've also got the various coloured bottles just up the top here, presumably to make whatever candy this is. Yeah, not bad. I can see a lot of play opportunities here. Again, it would have been nicer to have more than just the one basket and maybe an extra mini doll, but I think at the price point we're looking at, the 3 mini dolls, the 2 properly sized ones and then the child one, is probably what you would have expected. Yeah, nothing to complain about here for sure. Just before getting to the mini dolls, I do need to give a shout out to these mascots. They were fun to build, they look good, and exactly the kind of thing you'd expect to see if you turned up somewhere like the M&M store with their characters that are in all of the television adverts, commercials, etc. And no, Gritty from the Philadelphia Flyers is not the best mascot around. Philly fans suck, by the way. That title belongs to Inverness Caledonian Thistles Kingsley. Utterly terrifying, and leaves all of the other mascots in his wake. Go Kingsley. Just briefly on the mini dolls then, and we'll start off with Leo. This one's perfectly good. He's got his Zac Efron-esque type hair. And after him we've got a mini doll, so his little sister Alba plus their pet cat Pluto. That actually looks suspiciously like a puma kitten. But the star of the show has to be Gigi and that amazing hairpiece. Of course, with the hairpiece, this is perfectly transferable over onto minifigs, so even if you don't like mini dolls, you can still use this elsewhere. She's a character that I don't think I've seen in any other Friends set, so might be unique to this one. She's got some nice gold shoes there, but the star of the parts for her is definitely the iridescent hair. Overall thoughts on the Heartlake City Candy Store then? Yeah, I think this does exactly what you expect. It's a good playset. In terms of the build, for a younger builder, I think it will provide plenty of challenge and there's nothing wrong with that. In terms of what impressed me, of course, those M&M style mascots. They're really good fun. We can also see the bubblegum style mascot in the window just there. The minifigs, the mini dolls, pretty good selection. I don't think anyone's going to be complaining. And of course you can use those hair pieces on minifigures. They're perfectly transferable. So the hair on the GG mini doll is really exceptional. But yeah, overall, I mean, I'll be using this as a parts pack mainly, but some useful things in there for sure, and it gives you some good ideas for builds even if you don't want to keep it as it is. Yeah, I think this is pretty successful at its price point. $30 US seems pretty fair. Might be nice to see it a little bit cheaper. The only thing that's perplexing is why we've got Alba bringing her cat to the candy store. I wouldn't be having that. But yeah, overall, pretty good one. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review, and if you have, then please do leave a like and consider subscribing for more reviews and city updates, things like that going on. But yeah, hopefully this was a good one. And with that, I'll leave you and say, be good.